Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss how to count the transaction by quarter and amount in Excel using Claude AI. I'm sure you all might have encountered the situation in your project where we have some transaction data and we want to calculate the amount on the basis of quarter and amount range, right? So in that situation, doing the thing manually is very time taking, and that is why we will make use of Claude AI or maybe any AI model that you use. So here we will discuss how to write the prompt for it and what kind of formula we will use and how to get the formula as well. So we will create one prompt that will not only do your work, but it will also provide you the exact formula that later you can use for your future work. Okay, so overall we will discuss how to count transactions by quarter and amount in Excel using Claude AI. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use Claude AI to generate the formula and to complete the work. Okay, and for that you can also refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find more than 3,500 plus sessions, which is available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can consume the content, and if you have any suggestion or if you want any particular topic to be covered, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, alright, let's get started. Here firstly we will try to understand the requirement, like what is our requirement, and then according to the requirement we will create the prompt. So my requirement is very simple and straightforward. Here we have transaction ID. One column is for the transaction ID, one is for the date, third column is for customer name, fourth column is for amount, and fifth column is for the status. So we have this transaction data where we have transaction ID, date, customer name, amount, and status. Now our requirement is very simple. We want to calculate, or we want to count all the transaction that has been made under quarter 3, okay, third quarter, and its transaction amount is more than 10,000. okay, so we are mainly interested into only those records, into those transaction that is completed in quarter 3, okay, Q3, and amount is greater than 10,000. okay, so requirement is clear, data we have. Now let's see how to write a perfect prompt so that it will work for your all data. For now we have only 10 records, but in actual real world scenarios there are thousands of records in our Excel, right? So we will try to give a prompt that will work for all the records and we will get a perfect formula for it. Okay, so for that let's go to prompts, and here in prompt tab I have noted down the actual prompt. So let's see how it looks. So firstly I mention act as a Microsoft Excel expert and perform the following task. Then I have mentioned I have a transaction table in Excel with transaction ID, date, customer name, amount, and status column. Write a COUNTIF formula to count how many transactions have amount above 10,000, okay, and fall within Q3, that is quarter 3, from July 1 to September 30th 2025. okay, so I clearly mentioned what kind of data I have and what I wanted to do. So I just clearly mentioned here, write a COUNTIF formula to count how many transactions have amount above 10,000 and fall within the Q3. Complete my task as per the rules and provide the best and most efficient formula to achieve the result. So I'm also looking for the formula, and that is why I clearly mention it here. Then I mention refer the attached screenshot for the exact cell reference and sheet layout. Okay, so here instead of providing the data one more thing, if you are using Claude paid version, then there is no need to provide the data because it will automatically refer the data from your Excel and perform your task. But in case if you are using free version, and I'm assuming that most of us don't have the paid version of Claude, so we are using free version. So there, like, we need to provide some data so that it can refer your data, and according to your data it will generate the formula. Okay, so I clearly mention it here, like you need to generate, like, refer the attached screenshot for the exact cell reference and sheet layout. Okay, then we have some rules. Rule says count only transaction where amount is strictly greater than 10,000. Count only transaction where date is between 1/7/2025 and 30/9/2025 inclusive. Okay, then we have third point that says both condition must be true at the same time to be counted. Okay, so this is very important line, because I want a count only if both condition is true. Okay, then we have fourth rule that says use date function inside COUNTIFs for date criteria. Okay, so what it will do, it will use date, and in case if you don't know about these function, no worries, you can skip this line, you can, because it has that capability, Claude, that it will generate your output. Okay, so next point is keep all existing column exactly as they are. Yes, we don't want to touch any other column, we just want a count. Use the best and most efficient formula to calculate the result. So here we mentioned that we are looking for the formula, okay, exact formula, and at the end provide the exact formula used along with a short description in both layman and technical terms, maximum 2 lines. So along with the formula I also want this kind of description. And then we mentioned last 3 lines, return the final count as a single number inside a code block. Okay, so I'm just looking for the final count. Then on a new line, return the Excel formula used inside a separate code block. Then on a new line, return the short explanation inside a separate code block. No files, no extra output. And then we have note, put the output inside a code block so tabs are preserved when copying. Okay, so this is the exact prompt that we will use along with this data screenshot. So now I'll copy this prompt here, go to my Claude, I want to use my incognito mode, paste it here, go to the demo and take a proper screenshot which includes cell, row and row number, column and row number. So I'll just take a screenshot from here, so you can see it can refer my data from A, B, C and row as well. And then I'll paste it here. Perfect. Press enter. Within a few seconds it will do your complete task. It will complete your task and also return you the formula. So it understands my data, and now you can see it provides me the visualization as well. In case if you want this data also, so you can mention provide this in a code block, so it will provide you in a tabular format. But if you are interested only in a count, so you got the count, that is 9. And very importantly, it provides the formula. So this formula you can use. So just put a total count. Okay, so I can write like this and just paste it. Perfect. So we have got the output. That means this formula now can be customized according to your need. If you want to look for 10,000, not 10,000, let's say 50,000, so you can make it as 50,000, so it will search for 50,000. Okay, you can also change the date, you can also change the cell if you want to change. Okay, so this is how, like, it is scanning from D22 to D36, D22 to D36. Okay, so yeah, this is how, like, we can use Claude AI. And don't get confused, sometimes people think that we are writing so much detail in prompt, then it's better to do it manually. Yes, for 10 requests you can do it manually, but when we have thousands of data, you won't be able to do it manually, right? And that is why we are making a habit to write a perfect prompt that will work not only for 10 records but for the 10,000 record as well. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. and in the next session we will discuss few more things related to Claude AI as well as Excel. Meanwhile, you can start the practice and try to ask your AI model to create more prompt like this and practice it. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.